Guys, let's shift gears here. Let's talk a little bit about Wales, Mr. Perry, and the House of the Rising Sun. I love that headline.
I'm
There
very,
is a house
very
in
proud
Newport.
of that headline, I've got to say. The head of NPT Housing Association, which actually covers Ammanford, Neath and Pontardawe, I think. She's been awarded a 15.4% pay rise, and she earns 120,000 a year. And this comes on the back of the whole survey done by a magazine called Inside Housing of housing associations, and these are not-for-profit organisations, incidentally, where chief executives earn over £400,000 a year. So yeah, I mean, I've got to say this again. I thought that headline was fantastic. I was very proud of that headline because her pay was going up and she was in a housing association. They say it's all about, well, correction, presumably, what she was earning before was way below that, and she didn't get a bonus and car, salary, and payment, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't look good, does it? 15.4% pay rise,
For the public sector?
In a housing association, a not-for-profit organisation. And that only puts her something like 147th out of 180 in the League of Housing Association Chief Executive table paid. Unbelievable.
At a 15% pay rise.
15.4% pay rise, yeah.
What is it about the public sector? There just doesn't seem to be any shame.
Yeah, I mean,
But what about the private sector? There doesn't seem to be any shame there.
Well, but there it's at least understandable. I don't get when you're talking about taxpayer money going essentially to fund these ventures and to fund these people's salaries, how they can justify raises like that.
Yeah, I mean,
isn't it worse though that you've got CEOs of companies that pay pay workers' wages so low that they have to be topped up by taxpayer money, and then you look at private sector wages, they're much higher than in these housing.
That's their argument. I mean, I think one of their defences is that these payments are only 10 times the salary of the lowest paid in the housing association. Well, 10 times is an awful lot. Okay, private sector is 15, 20 times. That doesn't make it right.
15 to 20? How about 100?
No, it doesn't make it right. You're right. It doesn't make it right, and that's an awfully high amount of money. But I think that to be honest with you, if it was me, I'd be focusing on the CEOs of corporations that do exactly what I just said, that they pay their workers nothing, and you go after those guys. You know what I mean? They're worse.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying, with the public trust, there should be a higher standard. There should be something that looks over, and I agree, CEO pay, private sector pay is ridiculous.
Oh, no, and don't get me wrong, I think that what this does is it paints in a very bad light the idea that you could go back to a kind of nationalised industry that would run efficiently. Yeah, I think it does, but my problem is that that's what the focus of the mainstream media is. You know what I mean? Let's look at the private sector. That's what's caused. Did this CEO housing association cause the financial crash? Which is, much more important in terms of screwing people's lives.
Yeah.
That's the next story.
Yeah, well, screwing people's lives.